Hello, kings and queens, and welcome to the Queen of Hearts podcast. I'm your host, Qween Leo, and welcome to the kingdom. If you are new here, welcome. If you've been in the kingdom before, welcome back. Glad to have you. Happy Tuesday. It's the start of September. Welcome to September. Summer's over. We're just gonna say it. Summer's over. I know we kind of anticipated it to kind of still be sunny just for the last little bit of August, early September. Nope, raining every day, storming every day. We just gonna let fall have this one. Summer, it was real, but it's time to head on out, and we're gonna let fall have it. I enjoy fall. It's funny because I'm a Leo, born in the summer, born in Miami. You think I'm just all about the hotness and the sun and then the water and the beach, and no, I enjoy fall. I just enjoy winter wear. I don't know. I love a good cardigan. I love a good boot. I love a good scarf. I love a good headpiece. I just love hoodie weather. I love cozy weather. I just love that season. It's a wonderful season. Fall is dope. Fall is dope as fuck. Which is weird, like I said, because I'm from Miami. So it's you think I'm used to summer, 105 degree weather, burning hot, partly cloudy. No, fall me, please. And it don't have to be super cold, because I've been places super cold. I've been to Detroit in the winter, and it was anywhere between, I think, -2 and 8 degrees. It was somewhere in that realm. Too cold for the kid. Too cold for the queen. Fuck that. Fuck the kid. Too cold for the queen. In upper Florida and northwest Florida, it gets to 32 degrees there. Too cold for the queen. Georgia, I will say, has great weather. I've been in Georgia for winter, and I've been in Georgia for summer. I've been in Georgia for fall too, and it was pretty good weather. I enjoyed it. It wasn't too cold in the summer. In the summer, it wasn't too hot, and in the winter, it wasn't too cold. It was kind of cold, but it wasn't crazy cold. And when it was crazy cold, it would be early day, late night. But that day, it's okay temp. And then, like I said, summer's not too hot. I like Georgia. Georgia has great weather. Great weather. Florida, it's iffy as fuck. All that damn rain pisses me off. Power be flickering. Just, no. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. But I think I just really just fall for the attire. Somewhat for the decorations, people with the pumpkins and the different color wreaths and things, maybe, but it's mainly because of the clothing items of the season, not more so the decorations. But what is your favorite part of fall? Comment below your favorite part of fall while we get into September. We are starting a new month off. Everybody, I feel like just to be productive, I feel like everyone should always start the month off with goals. They should always, right before a new month begins, take the time to just sit there, jot down 5-6 things you want to do. I always like to do columns. I break it down into different aspects of my life. So as far as me, Queen, what does Queen want? As far as my business, what do I want to do towards business? As far as finances, what do I want to do towards finances? I break everything down into categories. And in each category, I think about 2 or 3 things I want to accomplish for myself. It's easier. I feel like if someone did it all the time, and let's say they did at the beginning of the year, I feel like it would be easier to come up with these goals, because you would have big plans for the year, and you could just break them down into miniature goals. But you can kind of do that with the month. I would say don't put too many things where you overwhelm yourself, because do remember there's only 30 days, but just ask yourself, like, in 30 days, like, what do I want to accomplish? In 4 weeks, what do I want to accomplish? Like, what's something I want to do? It can be some big goal that you break down upon 3 months. So you're working on this big goal in 3 months. So by the time the 3 months is over, boom, it's done. Stuff like that. Like, just, I feel like everyone should just be planning out things they want to do and things they want to accomplish. I would hate for, 30 days, a month to pass someone by and they have nothing to show for it. Time is money. Time is money. Time is everything. So it's like, with your time, what are you doing? Like, how are you using it wisely? So I feel like everyone should be building goals. Comment below one of your goals for the month of September. Comment below. One of my goals, I want to do I don't know why my nails keep scratching the mic. They're just so long, but cute. But one goal of mine for September, consistency wise, I think this is probably one of my biggest goals that I have planned. I want to do a month worth of content. And I'm not saying like post every day, episode of podcast every day, but just for the month of September, I want it to be consistent content. I want you to get consistent episodes. I want you to get consistent additional content on my website. I want this to be where Qween Leo finally rises, from the ashes, like the phoenix. I wanted this to be the moment where Qween Leo is put on the map. So it's like, I don't know, like, with September, I just feel like it's that month. But I just feel like it's just gonna be that month where Qween Leo takes off. You know what I mean? So that's my goal. Consistent, like, just good content, good consistent content all month long. And I feel like when you show that you're dedicated to something, you're committed to something, and you push for it that long, you're bound to get good results. You're bound to get good feedback from it. So that's something I think is one of my biggest goals for the month of September. So definitely comment below what your monthly goal is. At least one of them. With goals comes here at Qween Leo monthly theme. And when it comes to September, when it comes to this month, really, it wasn't hard for me to pick the monthly theme, because the last time I posted an episode was November of 23. So it's been a minute since you've gotten some Qween Leo content. So when it came to me deciding, start this new month, what's the monthly theme, it came easy to me. It's my comeback season. It's time for me to pop out. Do my big one on these hoes. So, it's been a while. I've been cooking so many good ideas. I've been brainstorming. I have been just creating. Like, I've just been in such a creative space. So this is it. You know what I mean? This is where I start and I take off and I don't stop till I'm at the finish line. Till I'm past the finish line, then that's when I'm slowing down. But now, like, no, I'm on it. Like, I'm starting this month, I'm on it. That's what September is all about. It's about bouncing back. I don't know what it is about bouncing back, but that's all this month is about, is bouncing back and taking everything that's pushed you back steps, taking everything that's delayed your success, and we're going to grow from it. We're going to grow from it. We're going to make the proper changes to be better, to where it doesn't fuck us up again later down the line. And we're just going to strive for greatness. But when you have that thing that knocks you back, first you got to have your comeback season where you pop out, you show out, and you build back into you, you pour back into you. And I feel like that's the best way to describe this month for me. Because I feel like the biggest thing with people, for them to understand that in their comeback season, they have to understand that they're at a point where they need to do a comeback. you realizing you at a point where it's like, oh, I might not be where I thought I was 2 weeks ago, or where I was a year ago, or where I was 5 years ago. You've declined in some form or fashion, and now you with you having that understanding, it's time to make a change. It's time to put the necessary steps in and bounce back. It's that realization moment. I definitely feel like I've recently had that realization moment. Not saying I've declined, but I was with a person. I was dating someone for 11 years. It wasn't the worst relationship. It wasn't the best relationship. It had terrible moments. It had good moments. But overall, it was a very toxic relationship. And it needed to end. It needed to end for both parties to be better. And with it ending, everything in my world imploded. And it's funny because in the midst of the breakup, one night I had a dream. I was driving in a car with my mom on a street. And all the buildings around us were imploding. And in pieces, bricks, plaster, like just different pieces of these buildings was flying towards the car. None of it hit us. Somehow always landed next to us or past us. None of it hit us, but it was just all this stuff flying at the car, and I could not understand the dream. I could not understand, like, why am I dreaming about buildings imploding? And I feel like it was symbolic of my life and how everything was imploding because this relationship was ending. I feel like that was my mind finally having the realization that this relationship is over, because it's like it's imploding. And it ended up ending definitely by like it imploding on itself, and internal issues caused it to finally break apart. But I feel like this is where my comeback season starts. It's not coming from some decline like I fell off or I'm down bad. It's just more so I'm at step 1 and I gotta build it back. I'm at step 1. I need to regroup, refocus, reset, and build it back. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm not in the same lifestyle I was in before. I'm not with the same person. I'm not living the same way. I'm not seeing life the same way anymore. So that in itself is going to have to cause me to sit here and really reset and refocus, because it's like you usually thinking ABC. Now you got to think JKL. You got to switch it up. So it's definitely a time for me right now to just regroup and work on rebuilding Qween. Every month I love to do a vision board, and this month is no different. I put the time in. I asked myself, Qween, what do you want this month? And I came up with my September vision board. You can definitely see it on qweenleo.shop. If you follow me on social media, it's posted on my social media platforms. So definitely check out my vision board. I'll probably attach it in the thumbnail when this episode comes out on my YouTube page. So you should be able to see the vision board now. But yes, this is my vision board for September 2024. And I just put the key things in it. I'm big on affirmations. So if you look at any of my vision boards, that's what you're going to see a lot of. You're going to see a lot of daily and mini affirmations that just pour back into me. So you have the stepping into my new era. I like who I'm becoming a lot. Like, you're going to have a lot of these things that just motivate me and keep me pushing throughout the month. One thing I'm big on is my podcast. So my podcast will always be in my vision board, some way or fashion, something about it. Just constantly showing it, putting it in my face, so I know it's there, so I don't forget it, so I don't push it to the side, so I know it's always important. Always gotta have that money. We always gotta manifest that money. Always. So every time, stacks on deck. You will see it. September, like I said, them damn September Libras. So we do have a birthday little shout out in there. Shout out, happy birthday to my September Libras. And then finally, we have something down there that I know is catching everybody. The tattoo scene. I want to get a tattoo in September. If I don't get a tattoo, I want a big cover up, because I have a tattoo right now that I want covered up. So I want a big cover up. If I don't do the big cover up, I'll probably get something small and cute. But definitely want to work towards the cover up this month. Definitely want to get under the needle. I think it's time. It's been a while. So that's definitely the plans for September. Pretty much stacking my bread, building my brand, and building myself. I feel like those are the biggest takeaways from September for me, as we are setting the foundation on our comeback season. I'm super excited. Super, super, super excited. One thing about vision boards that I will say, people always say make a vision board of how you want the month to go, and everybody's always like, oh, those don't work. Oh, what does that do? I'm here to say vision boards work. I do a vision board every month. I did one for August. Except for one thing, I got all my goals for the month of August. And I feel like it was partly because of my consistency. That's another thing you'll see on my vision boards. Either a nod at consistency or a nod at discipline, because those are two key components to success. Being consistent and being disciplined. But constantly just seeing a vision board, constantly just having it in your face day to day, you tend to manifest those things. You tend to manifest moments and opportunities to build on those things. And that's one thing I will say about vision boarding is I'll sit there, build like a whole board of what I want that month, put it as my screensaver, and it'll trigger. I don't know what it is, but it triggers me, because as soon as I touch my iPad, I'm thinking money, I'm thinking my brand, I'm thinking what can I do, what's next. Like, vision boards are very helpful. I used to be one of the people knocking them down, vision boards, but damn it, manifesting works. It really works. So I definitely take the time out towards the end of each month to get my little vision board on, because one thing we're going to do over here is work on the manifesting game, because it's a lot of things I'm trying to work on and manifest for my life, and I'm going to get them. Another part of our monthly rundown is not only monthly theme, but the book of the month for our Qween Leo book club. Now, when it comes to the month of September, let me tell you how crazy life is. I had everything planned out for this month for months. Working on the brand, getting everything set up for the release date. I knew when I wanted to release. I knew I wanted to come back with episodes in September. So I've had this moment planned out for this month. I've had the monthly theme, the book, and the artist of the month. Had all that planned out. Why? Tell me why. It had to be, 4 or 5 days before I taped. I changed it all up. I said, you know what? Fuck it. We're changing it. I did a different book, a different artist. The only thing that's the same is the theme, because that's just it. That's just it. September is my comeback season. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. Bouncing back, coming back. period. But everything else we can switch up. So, I'm looking at my books. I already had a book picked. Book I've read before. Easy, simple. Don't know why. Something told me to pick a book, switch it up to a book I've never read. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. It's just a little easier when you pick a book you've read before. So, I picked Atomic Habits. I keep seeing this book. I keep writing this book on my list of books to read. Finally picked it up. I kept looking at it. Something about it just spoke to me. And I said, you know what, we're going to read that. Like I said, never read it before. So this is going to be new stomping ground for me as it is for you. And that's why I'm kind of excited that I picked Atomic Habits, just because it's new. So it's like, as I read and I get the realizations and I make the breakthroughs, they're all genuine. They're all in real time. They're all in real time. And I feel like that's the best way to experience those moments, because you're getting raw opinions, you're getting raw emotion, you're seeing the growth firsthand. It's different when it's something new and you're in the boat with someone learning it in it together. So I feel like this will be very interesting. With this month being about the comeback season, this chapter in my life is all about making better decisions. You know, I've done a lot of crazy things in my past, and they've gotten me to a point where I wasn't hitting my pinnacle. So now that I'm here and I want to do different things and I want to be better, I have to ask myself, what do I need to change to put myself in a better position? And that's where this book comes into play, because it allows you to look back at your habits, look back at the actions you take in your day-to-day life that are consistent, and see what needs to be changed to better you. Because at the end of the day, habits are key to how a person is. They're key to a person's personality, their spirit, their aura. Everything's based off their habits. It's what they do. It's what their mind triggers them to do off first glance, off first recognition of what's going on. It's the first thing their brain clicks and says, this is the reaction to that action. Those are your habits. So I feel like once you understand, if you have detrimental habits, if you have terrible habits, if you have good habits, if you have just any type of habit, I feel like once you decide which habits are which, and you're able to pull which ones need to be taken from your life and which ones need to be enhanced in your life, I feel like you'll push for better progress, and you'll ultimately become a better person. That's why I felt like this book kind of goes hand in hand with the theme, because it's all about building a new foundation, starting new, regrouping, resetting. How better is it to reset if you just change your habits? So I feel like this book will definitely help with this month. I feel like there'll be a lot of breakthroughs emotionally for myself, and I'm kind of excited for it. I feel like over the past few years, I've hid from my emotions, and I feel like I've sheltered my emotions, and not all emotions, but just the deep ones. I feel like I've hid those from a lot of people for a lot of time, to the point where I've hid them from myself. And I feel like now that I keep wanting to say single, but I'm not single. Like, I'm single because I used to be with this person for so many years. So this is my first time without that person. But I'm not single in the aspect of I'm looking for a nigga. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm good over here. But I'm single in the aspect of not with that person. You get what I'm trying to say. Queen Kings, you get what I'm trying to say. But being in this time in my life, I feel like I'm able to be vulnerable. I'm able to be open. I'm able to feel. And I'm low key excited about that. I'm low key excited to just feel. I told someone the other day, cause I've always been an indecisive person. I can't choose shit to save my life. Don't ever ask me what you want to eat. Don't ever ask me where you want to go. Don't ever ask me what you want to do. Can't figure it out. Need a man in my life that's gonna take charge and set that itinerary. Just tell me the address and tell me how many outfits. Tell me what type of outfit. You feel me? Like, planning things, picking things, this isn't me. I'm a very indecisive person. I just don't. I just don't know what to choose when people ask me these things. And with me being, especially now, in such new environments around people and not having to deal with certain things, the feeling itself is just new. So it delays me from even trying to take over the moment. Like, I don't even try to take over moments anymore because they're all new to me. I'm walking in new shoes. I'm feeling new feelings. So it's like I can't even pop my shit and take control of the situation because I'm still feeling it out and understanding what's going on here. I'm used to doing this and this being going on in the background, or I'm used to doing this and having to hear this later. And it's like, no, I don't live like that anymore. I live in this new era of freedom, and it's so refreshing that it's sometimes borderline overwhelming. And with it, I get even more indecisive. I just don't know how to pick things. So it's like just the vulnerability of it all. It affects me to that point. So I'm just in it. I'm just in it. Like, and that's why I really want to read this book, and I really want to see what it says, because these feelings, these emotions are so new. I just want to make sense of them. I think for a person who's never dealt with it, who's never seen this side, to have to deal with the emotions, it's crazy. So it's like, teach me how to deal with them. Teach me how to interpret them. Teach me how to move with them. So that's what this time is. It's really like knocking out bad habits, creating good habits, discovering who I am, discovering what I like, what I don't like, what I want, and just building my life upon that. And it's fun. It's going to be fun. It's been fun so far. It has its moments where it can be scary and overwhelming, but it's been fun. I'm excited, and I can't wait. I can't wait. Another part of the month, like I was saying, theme, comeback season, book, Atomic Habits, artists. Like I said, switched this up last minute too. We're in the ideas of, comeback season. And we're reading a book about habits and good habits, bad habits, and how they affect people and relationships. And I'm thinking of an artist. I'm in the think tank, and I'm thinking of an artist that could curate this theme that we have going. With the theme of bouncing back, the theme of changing our mental, the theme of changing habits. Like, who would be the best artist to just curate this moment in time for us in the kingdom? Future Hendrix. So definitely, when it comes to Artist of the Month, tune into QweenLeo.shop. There, I do break down each album, and I rank the songs in my music connoisseur preference of the best songs to the least best songs on the albums. I listen to their entire catalog, and I rate all the music. So if you're interested, the top 10 hits, in my opinion, on We Still Don't Trust You, go to QweenLeo.shop. It should be on there, and you'll be able to see. If you want to hit up the We Don't Trust You album, and you want to know, hey, what's the best song on the album, hit up QweenLeo.shop, and you'll see my playlist right there and there. Speaking of playlists, if you have me on Apple Music, if you don't have me on Apple Music, go to _ the Qween Leo. And you can go to _Qween Leo. And in the highlights, you'll see Queen's Vibes. Please go in there and check out my Apple Music playlists. I have a playlist for pretty much everything. I have my R&B playlist. I have a hip-hop playlist. Gotta have your bedroom boom playlist. And then I have my monthly playlist. On my monthly playlist, it's pretty much just music I've listened to throughout the whole month that I just thought was fire. Like the best tracks of the month for me. The ones that stay on repeat, the ones I never stop listening to. So, if you just want to see what the Queen's vibing to, definitely go over there. Check out my Queen Vibes on my Queen Vibes playlist. I didn't do an episode in August, but I do have a Queen Vibes playlist for August. So if you do go on there, it's volume 1 for 8/24. Check it out. And we're currently working on 9/24, but it's already public, so you can definitely, as I'm working on a playlist, you can listen to it. So you can hear the songs that are already on there. So definitely check that out on Apple Music. It is my Qween Leo Queen Vibes playlist, since we're on the topic of artists and music. I'll also have that plugged in on my QweenLeo.shop. So that's also something cool for you to check out on the website. If you're one of my music connoisseurs out there and you're always listening to the hot music of the month, check those playlists out. But those are our themes for the month. As far as the book club goes, I'll probably have about 3 episodes this month pertaining to the book club. So definitely get in, start reading your book, and be prepared. I want to drop a discussion episode next week, so just be on the lookout for that. I should be reading, let me pull up our walkthrough. I think it's the first 7 chapters in that first week. Yes, chapters 1 through 7. So I will be reading the first 7 chapters, and I will have an episode out discussing the book. And it's really not like a discussion on the book. It's more so just me reading the book and me applying the book to my day to day, or me what concepts I'm getting from the book, what ideas am I getting from the book, what thoughts am I getting from the book. We're just discussing the book. It's not like, oh, I have a required reading question or anything. Pretty much just discussing the ideas in the book. And if there's any books that you want to put into Qween Leo's book club, definitely go on QweenLeo.shop. And we do have our comment section. Definitely just write a comment and be like, hey, one good book I read was blase blase. And you might see it featured here on the Qween Leo podcast. Yes, yes, yes. So for the month of September, what is there to expect? When I first thought that, and I asked myself, what do I expect this month? My first idea was growth. I felt like I come from a lot. I felt like, I was beginning somewhere new. And this month, this was all going to be about growth and just me growing as a person, me growing into who I want to be. And that'd be fine. But then after I thought about it, I said, you know what? No, that's not what this month is about. This month is not about growth. Simply because what am I growing into? To grow into something, you would know what the end game is. You would know what the end result is. You would know what you're trying to become. And I had to sit there and understand, I don't even have that part figured out. So then I was like, no, this month is not about growth. And most people love to say the month's about growth, but it's not. For me, the month of September, what to expect this month is being acclimated, getting acclimated. When you're in your comeback season, you get acclimated to where you're at, you understand where you're at, and you start building that foundation that you can grow upon. And I feel like this month is no different. So it's not really a month of growth for Qween. It's really Qween accepting. It's a month of acceptance. Accepting where I'm at. Accepting what has happened. Accepting what is going to happen. And creating a foundation for what I plan to see for my future. So for September, I can see us diving deeper into that concept. I see us really diving deep in the idea of acceptance, Because I think that's the first part of change that people never really get. They don't get that you have to accept it first. Just like they tell, addicts. The first thing an addict has to do is accept that they are an addict. Simple and plain. And you have to first realize and accept, hey, I'm not where I need to be. Hey, I'm falling off. Hey, I'm stagnant. Hey, I'm distracted. You have to accept it and take responsibility and acknowledge it and then go from there. And that's what this month is about, the acknowledgement of it all. And I feel like it's funny because in November, December, I was big on pushing, new beginnings and starting fresh. And I just had so many things that needed to be handled before it could really be a new beginning. And now everything's out the way. Everything's handled. And it's truly new beginnings. I feel like I manifested this moment because, and that's all I was talking about. Like if you go to my first episode, if you go to my November faves, and then it's funny because I have a couple episodes in the vault that were supposed to get released in December that didn't. And it's a big concept on all of them. It's my new beginnings and pushing new beginnings and starting fresh. And for me to push to want to do all those things and they happen in a crazy change of events, but they happen, it's insane. Like, it's like I manifested the new beginnings. Like I wanted new beginnings. I wanted to start fresh and be in a different mindset, in a different place. And it was like, bet. God heard me and was like, bet, got you. Now look at me. So it's just crazy how manifestation, how words work, how power of the tongue. Because all I talked about was new beginnings, new beginnings, new beginnings. Now I'm sitting here in a new beginning. So it's crazy. That's how I know, like, this is, September is something. September is going to be like an ill month. I can feel it. It's going to be a good month. It's going to be new vibes, new moves, new goals, new ideas. It's a new queen. The old queen, she had a lot on her mind. She had a lot on her chest. She was going through some things. Baby was down and out. But this one, she back. She back and she better than ever. And she ready to turn up. She ready to boss up. And she ready to be up. You feel me? And I can cheers to that. All right, guys. And we are back. And next is our Qween Leo rant. Usually something has stuck out to me. Something big, something major, something deep. And it needs to be spoke on. And that's usually what this time in my episodes is dedicated to. Something I wanted to rant about. But first, I like to do like a mental health check-in. Just look in the mirror and be like, how are you, Queen? How are you doing, King? Like, just that internal mental check-in to see how you're doing. As far as the Queen goes, life's good. Life's good. I recently celebrated my birthday. Cheers to 28. It was different. It was different, I'll say. This is my first birthday, not single, but just in a different place in life. I recently just got out of a very long-term relationship, and that person was around for a lot of birthdays. And this was really the first birthday where it's like, you're not in my life. This was the first birthday where I really woke up and realized it's me, because this person had such a strong toxic presence. So this is the first year where I woke up and it was like, girl, it's just you. girl, what you want to do for your 28th? Like, what you trying to do today? What you trying to get into? What's the move? Like, it's not me checking to see what this other person wants to do. It's not me building my life around this person anymore. It's really me, like, what do you want to do? What's going to make you happy today? So this is definitely different. It's a good feeling. It's a real good feeling to be able to make your own decisions and to pick what's gonna brighten your day that day. It's a different feeling. It's a good feeling. I like the space I'm in. It really 28 is gonna be different. That's something I have to manifest. I have to tell myself 28 is going to be different. This is the first year where it's all about Qween. It's all about what the Qween wants to do. It's all about what's the Qween's goals. What is she aspiring to do? What steps does she want to take to do it? It's my true, like, people who speak on their golden years. 28, I feel like it's going to be my golden year because there's nothing holding me back. There's nothing stopping me. There's nothing in my way. There's nothing deterring me. Like, it's me. It's me with a plan. It's me with a plan, able to have my own motion. And I feel like them three things, deadly. Deadly. So I'm very excited for what 28 can bring. I brought in my birthday, having an amazing time with amazing people. It's very few people that I call my best friends in my life. It's very few people. I think I can count on one hand the number of people I truly call my best friends. And I was fortunate enough to spend time with one of them. Shout out to my juice. And it was just fun. It was a ball. Showed me a wonderful time. I hadn't been in Atlanta in a while. And definitely, I had a good night out in town with my juice. Celebrating Big 28. Thank you so much. I also did spend time with another great person in life. And celebrated life. Definitely celebrated life. Spent time with a great person in my life. And we celebrated life. So, shout out to him. It was just a great overall birthday. I had a wonderful time. I got wonderful gifts. Wonderful gifts. Anybody knows me. Fucking city girl. Love bags. I got a couple bags for my birthday and they're just gorgeous. But overall, amazing birthday. Like I said, this is the start of something new in my life, this time that I'm in. So recently I've just been really embracing it for what it is. It's all about figuring out what makes me happy. It's all about figuring out what motivates me and what I want to do with my life. So I'm spending a lot of time working on that. I'm spending a lot of time building upon that and just building a straight, solid foundation because I have so many plans and aspirations for myself and they're not gonna come true. They're not gonna work if I don't put in that work, put in the ground level effort to get the foundation going so I can build something amazing. So I'm sticking to the plan. I'm trusting the process and I'm just taking it, one day at a time. Just learning myself. Like I said earlier, the theme of this month is comeback season. And I feel like right now, taking this month to learn Qween, to build a better Qween, and bust out in my comeback season. I'm able to sit here and acknowledge, like, I'm not perfect. I'm not at my final stage. I'm not at my final level. So it's a lot of, what's the shadow work? I was saying, what is that task that be in the journals? It's a lot of shadow work that needs to be done to build upon what I have in mind for myself. So I know that starting in September, I have to be more vulnerable, more open to moments, to opportunities, and just living in my truth. Those are key things I take away from this month and my goals, like living in my truth. Like that's the biggest thing I have to do. Like I stated earlier, someone characterized me as a pathological liar in my life recently, and it hurt to hear it, because it's like no one wants to be heard called a liar, so it's like when you hear those words, they just cut. But it's like thinking back to the type of person I was, the lifestyle I lived, the things I've done, it helped me understand why I am the way I am today, and it helped me understand why I need to change how I am today. So I feel like I have to live in my truth and stop living in lies and stop living in false truths, and just embrace what's really going on. Embrace life for what it is. Don't try to hide it. Don't try to sugarcoat it. Don't try to dress it up for people. Like, living your truth as is. So it's definitely a big part, my mantra this month. That's why I'm very excited about reading this book, because I just want to know. I just want to see, like, I never once thought it was my habits. I never thought once it was the actions I was doing that was delaying my progress as a better person. But now that people have called me out on my shit time and time again, it's okay. Well, let's take a further look at ourselves. And I feel like everyone at some point in their life needs to take a look at themselves, take a look at the person they are, and like see, like, am I living right? You get what I'm saying? Like, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? So I just feel like that was my moment where someone had to call me out on my shit, and I had to really ask myself, like, am I living right? Am I moving correctly? Am I keeping it P right now? Am I keeping it P? And I wasn't. So I had to take the time to look into myself and be like, that's something I need to work on. That's definitely something I need to work on. And I feel like, everybody should have that moment in life where they get hit with a realization. They're like, I need to work on that. So, but no, I'm good. I think right now I'm good. There's moments prior to this that I wasn't good. I was really down and out, but I'm bouncing back. I'm big on the bounce back, and I think that's why I push comeback season so much in September, because I'm big on a bounce back. You ain't gonna be down bad too long. We ain't gonna be down bad too long. We gonna bounce right back. So I'm just real excited for it. Like, I've been in the middle where I'm like, I'm almost there. I've been halfway up from that where I'm like, girl, you hitting shit. You touching pinnacles, And then I've been points where I'm starting out from step one, So being where I'm at now, seeing things how I see them now, I'm ready to just hit the ground running, to be a better me, to put myself in a better position. As I'm so excited for what September can bring. Like, women have intuition about things. Like, I have intuition about things when it comes to relationships and people. But like, this is the first time where I've had intuition about a time in the world where I'm like, I'm living in this time, and I'm like, girl, something big finna pop. Like, this is it. Like, I wake up, I go through the days, and I'm like, something big's about to happen. Like, I feel it. I feel it in me. Like, something big is on the horizon. I just got to stay down, stay patient, stay consistent, and it's going to happen. But I know that I have to be moving correctly, or I'm going to block my blessings from getting to it. And that's what I'm realizing in this time. It's on the horizon, but this is the time where you need to step up and you need to grow as a person to get to that. Like, it's that close. Like, you feel it in your soul. It's that close. Well, it's that close, but you got to put a lot more work in. So I'm excited. I feel like if I don't reach where I'm trying to reach in September, I'm definitely going to get to a realization within me, within myself, within my brand, within everything of where things need to be. A realization of what steps need to be taken to get where I want to go. So I'm excited about September. You know, it's season. It's the season of the Virgos and the Libras. Them damn Libras. Virgos are straight. I know a few Virgos in my life. A few childhood friends that are Virgos. Them Libras, bruh. Now I'm gonna tell you this. Let me not dog the Libras, because it's not all Libras. October Libras are fucking insane. October Libras are fucking crazy. I dealt with an October Libra, and I will never deal with one ever again. It just was terrible. It was terrible. Toxic. October Libras are toxic because they're so wild, and they're so what's a better term? They're wild, and they're strong-headed, bullheaded. They're bullheaded. And I know people say usually Tauruses are bullheaded, and they're bulls. So they're definitely bullheaded. But it's something about them Libras. They be so headstrong on whatever the fuck they want to do. Them October Libras. And it just be on some wild child shit. Like, wild child. If I'm not mistaken, it's a lot of like rappers, like, and it's them rappers that be on some wild child shit. A lot of them rappers is October Libras. The next time you see a rapper out here on some crazy shit, look at their birthday, October Libra, and like told you, on that wild shit. Now them September Libras hit a little different. And it's sad because I met a September Libra, and I thought maybe he was just like heaven on earth. Met another chick. She was fucking with a September Libra. Same type of personality. I said, oh, it's just them September Libras. They just hit different. But shout out to September Libras, because the vibes. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 would recommend September Libras. Not my September Libra, but September Libras. If you catch you one, cuff it. But yeah, so welcome to September, guys. And that is all for today. I'll probably have another episode coming out next week. We'll see how I'm feeling. If it's not about the book club, if it's not about the monthly theme, it might be a weekly recap, because a lot of stuff has happened this week. And you know, football season around the corner. Baseball season is underway. So you know, it might be a recap. Who knows? Huh? That's why you come back for the next episode, so you can see what's next. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for joining me, Qween Leo, in the kingdom here on Queen of Hearts podcast. Make sure you subscribe to queenleo.shop. There, I host my podcast. There, you'll see all my extra content as far as music, as far as film, as far as beauty, skincare, just all my other extra things that I may not get a chance to talk about on the podcast. You'll definitely catch it on the website. Make sure you're following me on all my social media platforms. If you do not know them, they will be linked in the description box below. Definitely follow me on Instagram. Definitely follow me on Twitter. And if you are on my Snapchat, get into my Qween Leo behind the scenes story. That's where you see all the goodies while I'm filming, while I'm cooking up new ideas, while I'm just building this brand. You get to see all the never before seen footage. Isn't that how they promote it? Never before seen footage. So yes, just definitely hit me up on all social media platforms. And you guys stay ready. Stay watching all my pages, because I will be telling you when I am dropping a new episode. And I will also be keeping you guys posted on Qween Leo merch, because she's dropping this year. That's the only information I can give you. She's dropping this year, so you can definitely be in your Qween Leo merch before you know it. Thank you guys again for tuning in, and I will see you later. Bye.